Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of County Council. Thank you so much for giving me a few moments to speak tonight. I'm Senator Tamika Isaac Devine. I represent Senate District 19 in Richland County. And prior to my service on the Senate, I actually was a member of Columbia City Council when we enacted the ordinance in Columbia. Shortly after we enacted the ordinance in Columbia, there was someone charged with the ordinance. Richland County recently passed it, and shortly after they passed it, someone was charged with this crime. So this is to tell you that these things are happening in our communities every single day. But right now, law enforcement is handicapped to really, truly enforce crimes that are precipitated by hate because there is no state bill. Unfortunately, the state has failed in this. The House has passed this bill several times, but unfortunately the state Senate has not yet passed it. And a lot of people say, well, if the state doesn't pass it, then we shouldn't as a county. But I will tell you that I'm reminded many, many years ago when I was a young student, when our state did not have a Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. But cities, towns, and counties throughout this state actually were the leaders. They made sure that not only was it passed as a holiday, but they were recognizing it. And then very shortly after that, the state followed the lead. I'm here today to tell you as a state senator that we need local officials to lead because our state is not leading on this issue. We know that we have citizens every single day that are targeted because of hate, but our state has failed to protect our citizens. And so right now, I'm asking you all, I'm so happy that you have passed this on 2 readings and would be happy to see you pass it tonight and continue to be a leader in this state. Orangeburg has led on lots of things and we're looking forward to you leading again. And then I will tell you that I'm sure that the state will soon come along. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Senator Devine.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, I want to bring greetings to the chair as well as to the other council members. I am Councilwoman Tyra Little of Richland County, District 3. I want to commend you all on having the courage to stand up and to come alongside your fellow county partners in Richland County. We passed the ordinance on June 3rd, and after that, we had a young man who decided that he was going to shoot at someone to bring intimidation because of the color of his skin. In sitting at a press conference with the sheriff and actually watching this, all I could think of was the conversation that I had with my father years ago when he spoke about in the 1950s, being a child, walking to school, and having people shoot at them because of the color of their skin and how they used to have to run and dodge in ditches. We are in 2025. This House has passed the bill twice, and it was stalled in the Senate. And my heart goes out because right in the chambers where you have the picture of a sitting senator who was murdered because of hate, you have a chamber that not all agree, but they're unable to pass this. And so as being those local leaders, I feel that it is up to us to do what we can to protect the citizens and the residents of South Carolina. Full justice should not be predicated upon where you live. It should be provided to each citizen of the state of South Carolina. So I thank you for what you all have done, and I hope that we will be able to rejoice in your 3rd reading on tonight. Thank you for your time.
Councilwoman
Good evening again. My name is Harvey Elwood, but I'm not speaking on behalf of myself. I'm speaking on behalf of Representative Wendell Gillard, who represents the 111th County Council, the State House District 111. He submitted a letter, and he's addressing this to the County Council of Orangeburg. Subject, Orangeburg County Hate Crimes Ordinance. State Representative Wendell G. Gillard is urging Orangeburg County Council to support the hate crimes ordinance and to vote to pass the ordinance tonight at the third reading during their county council meeting. Richland County, the city of Georgetown, and other municipalities have passed hate crimes ordinances, and upon approval of the ordinances tonight, Orangeburg County will be among those municipalities in the state of South Carolina having a hate crime ordinance. Hopefully, in the near future, Charleston County Council will pass a hate crimes ordinance for Charleston County in which Representative Gilda Cobb Hunter, Representative Jerry Govan, and other members of the legislature will be their undying support and diligently working to support discussions to do the same. By your actions tonight, come January, it would inspire the legislature to approve House Bill 3039, known as the Senator Clemente C. Pinckney Hate Crimes Act. Representative Wendell Gillard, South Carolina House of Representatives, District 111, Charleston County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Okay, anyone else?
Good evening, Monica Williams again on behalf of my husband and myself. I just wanted to say that how important this is, and don't let this stop here in Orangeburg. Continue to get this passed at the state level. One thing that Abby Miller would say on Dance Moms, if you've ever watched that crazy show, she hated when her girls lost. She hated it. One thing she would always say is, coming in second is the first to lose. And Wyoming is the other state that does not have a hate crime law in effect. So I don't want Orangeburg to be the first to lose if Wyoming beats you to the finish line. And it's just not good for this state. I'm a veteran. I did my training at Fort Jackson, did a lot of training there on and off through my military career. My husband is also a veteran, and South Carolina holds a very special place for us. What happened to us will, like I said before, will not define us, but I need everyone in here to realize the importance of educating the children that are here. I do the math. I'm now 60 years old, so in about 30, 35 years, I won't be here anymore. So what we do in here is about these kids. We're leaving this behind. I tell my students all the time that when archaeologists go into the forest and they see footprints, it tells a story. It's like, how did that footprint get here? And what have I learned from gathering that footprint and looking at it? We're leaving footprints here. And these kids are going to go through history books and find things, and they're going to be like, what is this about? I don't want my footprint to, have me look at myself as a bad teacher or mother, grandmother, or someone who did not do well for the community. So I say all that to say, don't let it stop here in Orangeburg. Orangeburg has so much potential to grow, develop, be this great city in the South. And I'm just tired of some of the things that I see here. And not just here, we live in Charlotte now. We're retiring in Conway for our retirement home. That's where the cross burning took place. So we're ready to come out of the school system and enjoy our lives, but we will not stop fighting for South Carolina, your sister state of North Carolina. And we are going to continue to fight this thing. But think about these kids and what it means to them. We've got to leave a more positive footprint to get this bill over the finish line. I dedicate this whole thing to those victims of the Emmanuel 9 that lost their lives innocently in their church during prayer meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Williams.
We're here with a delegation of state senators, county council members, state representatives, county council from Richland County and Calhoun County, and of course our good friend Mr. Ford, tell us about the ordinance and why it's important. Hate crimes. I guess we'll talk to Ms. Walker first.
Okay, hate crime ordinance is important for all people. It represents people regardless of race, gender, socioeconomic background, a disability. I mean, it's for everyone. Many people have the misconception that it's for a specific race, but it's for everyone.
Why is this important to you, Senator, if you tell us?
Well, it's important for me because we know that these crimes are happening in our state, but we are really handicapped to address them to the extent that they need to be because we don't have a state bill. And so it is my hope that the local elected officials will lead on this issue, and they are. They've already been leading. We've got lots of cities that have passed it. Now we've got 2 counties, and we're going to keep going. And then the state will have no choice but to pass it on a statewide level.
Phil Ford, you were telling me earlier that this directly affects you personally.
It does, as someone who's perceived as different, it's important to me to feel safe in my home, in my, grocery store, in my hometown. So passing something like this as an Orangeburg native is thrilling, especially when there's just a handful of folks that won't do what they need to do it in Columbia.
Now, Calhoun County, being in St. Matthews, Calhoun County is in St. Matthews, being a neighboring county of Orangeburg. Tell us why this is important to your area.
It is equally important in smaller towns as it is larger cities because I'm an educator and I see the effects of people not being comfortable in their own skin. And so that is I'm very passionate about that to the point where I got emotional today just seeing that even though our state does not have a hate crime bill, that we are doing what we have to do on the local level to see that justice is served for those who can't speak for themselves sometimes.
Have we had any, Councilwoman, have we had any instances like this in Richland County that need to be addressed in this bill?
Well, Richland County actually is the first county that passed the hate intimidation ordinance. However, there were already municipalities, but we are the first county out of the 46 counties. And so this is a reoccurring. I mean, I can actually echo everything that has been said here. But initially, after passing the hate intimidation ordinance on June 3rd, you look at about a month later, we actually had another incident where a gentleman decided that because of the color of someone's skin, that he was going to shoot at them. And so, again, it brought me back to the moment of thinking of the conversations that I had with my father when he spoke about in 1950. We're talking 1950, this is 2025, when people used to shoot at them because of the color of their skin. And so, some people would like to say that this is just symbolic. It's not symbolic. It's the right thing to do. It is actually a way that we can show our citizens that we support them. And so it is a needed measure, and we will continue to push and have these conversations until we can get it passed.
Thank you all so very much.